Or is it love? I will tell you the answer. None of them. All three of them are garbage. Only thing that matter is this. Only with money can you survive. And look at what the British are doing. They put ridiculous taxes on us, taking our money. They forbid us from making money by having us not be able to settle on the West. So what should we do?
At this point, are there any points or motions on the floor? George Washington.
Motion to introduce public directive.
Thank you, Delegate. Are there any other points or motions on the floor?
Guys,
Oh.
what was the bank for? Why were you so enthusiastic about building a bank?
Don't you understand the economic potential of a federal bank? We do nothing and we get all the profits. It's the best way to earn money.
We are already giving 50% of our land after victory to France. And if we make another, any treaty, a peace treaty with Spain, there's nothing left for us after the war, even if we win. That's not true independence.
I have a better solution. Why are we going to Spain? The Spanish should come to us, to this room.
So right now, it has become clear that war has started, and if Spain joins the British side, then it's going to be a chaos. We should contain this war to a point where we can manage, and this negotiation is surely going to help to contain
If we ensure that whatever profit of land margin that we get from the victory of this war, 50% of it goes to the French, then it's fine.
So we're gonna give them an insured trade.
So basically, we lose nothing, we gain troops, and if we win the war, we gain 50% of what otherwise we would never get. It's a win-win situation, but they want it in paper, so we're gonna draft an agreement that we will get 50% of all. He's like, this is the point, this is the point. What is his point? I don't get it. And to address Abigail Adams, I am eager to go because I love the UU. I want the UU to succeed, and I believe I can carry the UU to succeed. If I go and James Madison goes and John Jay goes, then I'm held accountable by two other members of this committee. I believe that betrayal cannot happen with the supervision of two other members. Now, if you saw how successful the last treaty went, then it should be inherent evidence that I should go again.
in order to express our stance to other countries. Because if all of our opinions are parted apart, then we can't really move to a big goal of independence because we don't have a common idea that we hold upon each other.
Everyone knows that war leaves nothing but regrets and a sacrifice. Everyone knows that this cycle has been repeating in the past. War, victims, hatred, terrorism, and back to war. And there are still some of you who still want the war instead of breaking the cycle. Why is that? Everyone has to take...
My father once told me that a victory without fighting is the purest form of victory. But I'm not saying that we should not fight against the British and continue to be enslaved. My point is clear, that we should definitely fight against the British, but minimize the violence.
Next
Yeah,
delegate,
you're rolling for those four.
Thomas Jefferson, please stand up. Your 90 seconds starts now.
How can you communicate with people who ignores your words and believe? Are you going to just wait until they listen to you while you're punched in your face? This is how the colonists are currently coping with the British that took away their rights and threatened them to follow unfair laws that the Parliament made.
The one thing that I would like to say is that whether you choose the peace or war, you guys would probably end up in the grave. Rather, it's a choice to make if you would end up in the grave of shame and guiltiness by tributing your people to the British government, or you go to the grave of honor by sacrificing for your people and for your land. The word peace ended at the same time the British government tormented us with them.
Thank you, Delegate. Are there any other points or motions on the floor?
Seeing none,
The committee will vote on the moderated caucus proposed by John Adams. All delegates for this motion, please raise your placards high. Due to an overwhelming majority, this motion passes. John Adams, would you like to speak first or last?
Last, please.
Fellow founding fathers of America, I, Paul Revere, strongly stand strongly stand for the colonies of America. To address the injustices imposed on us by the British government, I believe that it is vital that we act now and declare independence as soon as possible. I will take stance and help and aid with any financial decisions regarding the colonies during war and after war, and I will use my skill set as a skilled businessman in aiding in any way as possible. I believe that there is an inevitable violence, no matter who initiates. If we declare independence to the British, there is no way that they're going to stand and do nothing. They're going to send forces towards us to silence our appeals. For the future of our children and the future of our colonies, I believe that we should act now.
As Benjamin Franklin said, after fighting with Native American, we should prepare the war with Great Britain. And to do so, I think we need to discuss about the direction of unified government, because after we unified, we need a strong central government in order to control all the 13 colonies. So
there will be aftermath of the war, but plus due to the agreement that we have made with French, we lost New Hampshire and New Conquered lands. So we should not declare war on British yet. But with the unification of the colonies, we should slowly make a deal with the British Parliament for our independence. Thank you.
Second crisis update is the British have officially declared war on the colonies and are sending 30,000 men to the colonies. A new act, the New Quartering Act, will punish any colonists who refuse to house or help British military. The first group of troops should be arriving to Boston at around 1:45 p.m. Are there any questions in regards to the two crisis updates? Yes, Washington.
Following the order of precedence, the committee will vote on the unmoderated caucus proposed by John Adams first. All delegates for this motion, please raise your placards high. Seeing none, the committee will move directly into the voting procedure for this public directive. All delegates for this public directive, please raise your placards high. It's an overwhelming majority. This public directive passes, and clapping is in order. James Madison, you're recognized.
Yeah, so according to what I know, the British had already arrived since it is 1:40. I think now it is a real emergency right now, and I think we need to get direct help with Spain. Otherwise, we should give up this the negotiation with Spain. We need.
Due to unanimous vote, this public directive passes, and clapping is in order.
Are the France totally engaged?
No, because they say they will just protect New Hampshire and Maine, and they will do nothing over Boston.
Okay, and so for the Spain, they show the same stance.
They are protecting kind of.
Similar stance
Yes,
with France.
yes.
Okay.
As Samuel Adams said, it is not a true independence if we give all of the lands to the Spain. And even though we are going there to have a peace treaty or the war, they still need something to help us because they have power and we need independence.
One of my guards caught a spy, and he says he was working for Washington.
This is ridiculous. That's what I was talking about.
Oh.
We need to go to Washington. Okay.
Oh my God.
Let's change.
Okay.
And this is the handwriting of God.
So, I'll explain what happened. I was suspicious of that man.
So you tried to kill me?
No.
Is that how you find suspicion? By trying to kill me?
No, I did not find to kill you. What in the language of that has a letter that tried to kill you? I was trying to investigate on you. Now you have threatened me. I am very angry. Now I challenge you to a duel.
Part of me want to say no, but yeah.
Crisis update. The crisis update. So,
Benjamin.
Benjamin Hamilton's personalities and what George Washington is saying, I think Alexander might have been the traitor, but I have new news that from one of my friends, and there could be a potentially new traitor because me and somebody, and since me and John Jay, me and John Jay are going to negotiate with Spain, but Thomas Jefferson has told us that, I'll just read. I believe in you since I am going together with Spain with you, and this you is me. From the last crisis, I got a message from Thomas Jefferson saying that he wants to join the negotiation when Hamilton is dead. I believe Thomas Jefferson is being really suspicious.
I have to say something. Okay. I killed Hamilton,
What?
but I killed him because I was hoping for it.
Get out!
Okay, one of you were supposed to die anyways. Second of all, I felt like he was more likely the traitor because first, before the French and stuff, you said that he was suspicious, and second, he a lot of the times he didn't really make sense. So, and third of all, you guys have to maybe both died because like, what if you shot at the same time? Then
You saved
two
one
people.
person?
Boys, you heard George Washington. Having more friends is better than not having friends. That's true words of wisdom right there. We should go down to Florida and eat something. I want to be frank here, not Franklin, because he almost ruined the negotiation deal. Okay, I'm just being honest. I almost struck a deal with the French, and the French wanted something solid, a validation that we will come through. And then Benjamin Franklin goes, but our deal is already so good. But I was like, I give you a counter offer. So I think with Benjamin Franklin, the deal might be actually doomed. Oh, I think he's like up to something.
I think he's the traitor.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, be aware of.
Hey guys, now
Look at the situation.
We are
first
looking at
brought it
the
up?
situation.
Who do you think who first brought it up?
George
Who-
Washington.
Yeah, they were being quiet. They shut their mouth. They didn't want to talk about it.
I think maybe Samuel Adams should work together with George because
train with them?
he's the leader of the Sons of Liberty. And
Yeah,
they
add that
already-
one. Add that in.
Add that in.
Yeah, I have my whole squad, so
Squad.
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
He has civil organization.
But we should be aware that if we're going to fight with the British, we should find another way to maintain our economy.
Native Americans are like relatively weaker than us due to the disease and like prior attack by the colony.
Who should be the chair of this federal bank?
Of course, it would be George Washington.
Wow.
No, he has too much responsibility.
What responsibility do I have?
I'm an expert in economics.
So you want?
We've lost our freedom to trade freely, and we've lost our chance to seek for new land, and we've also lost our opportunity to earn prosperity, all because of British acts. And did those acts really consider our opinion? No, it was all declared then demanded. And moreover, the legislation and the governments should be all done by this committee, not them, because we are the ones who know this place and who interacts with the locals, and we know better what's best for us.
If I could describe myself as one statement, I would say it should be done with the one or the other. Which means I want peace. But however, in this kind of situation, you should decide whether to go on war or normalcy of British and American relations. What is the most important thing for a country to have? Is it gun? Is it the military power to protect yourself and crush down on your enemy? Is it is it the crown? Is your political justification? Your diplomacy? Or is it love? I will tell you the answer. None of them. All three of them are garbage. Only thing that matter is this. Only with money can you survive. And look at what the British are doing. They put ridiculous taxes on us, taking our money. They forbid us from making money by having us not be able to settle on the West. So what should we do? Some of you know me as a military person. I am a fighter who fought against the French Indians. Some of you know me as a politician. But I am really just a patriot, and I'll do whatever I can to protect what I love. Thank you.
I would say that I'm an unusual one in a way that a lot of rich people these days are loyalists. My wealth is here for you, for us, for patriots. Dear most awakened people, we need independence. We have fought more than enough to regain our rights as humans, but the parliament never properly responds, and we don't have any more hope unless we separate from them. We will first begin by forming a union with all the colonies, including our Massachusetts. If we work towards the same goal all together, we can do anything. My fellows, time to rise. Time to make that BS, the British sun, to finally sit down. Time for our sun to rise.
We're all suffering at the hands of the British. And all we do is fight with our guns and bullets. Ammunition is never plentiful, but unification is. So now, what do I, Abigail Adams, propose? So what I propose is unification of everyone in America. So first, to do so, we need to unify all people in colonies, which includes slaves and women who are always mistreated. Give them citizenship and give them democracy. So give them the right to speak and teach them and educate them so that they know what they're doing. So now, after that, what do I propose? Now, promise natives land and make them work for us. And after we're done that, we could maybe, team up with the French, who dearly hates the British. And after that, we'll gain power, enough power to actually fight back the British or do something else.
We do it fast. We do it right now. I'm going to write a public directive on sending Benjamin Franklin to France so that he can ask the French about their thoughts on